back. Change the atmosphere. Felt like it needed it. We're now listening to 777 hertz. If you have trouble sleeping, remaining still, the visual is of little sparkles of light just cleansing throughout the whole body. It's moving throughout the whole body. So you just picture a white light right now. You're already healing yourself, okay? This is a continuation from the last reading. Your energy. The energy I'm connecting to. You are a breath of fresh air. You are brilliant. You're underrated. Even if you're well known, highly known, 101 on the time. We have the North Node, Libra, Scorpio, third house. Look up your birth chart. Go to, if you know the time, if you don't know the time, put noon. Astro Cafe or Astro Seek. Find out your North Node. The signs that show up in that placement are the sign and the constellation's energy that must be embodied in order to fulfill the path to your destiny. Does destiny exist? I didn't know till I did. What I mean by that, fate, destiny, is that forces are predestined, such as, I'll say before, you take that, you ever saw that diagram in science? It was two boxes connected with a little tube. You have a lot of molecules on this side and only a few on this side. What's naturally going to happen? The molecules that are 211 could be significant. They're going to balance out. Balance is the nature of the universe, although it exists in entropy, which is another word for chaos. It's that divine paradox, divine dichotomy, duality, releasing ourselves from it. We're either sick or we're healed. We're happy or we're sad. It's good or it's bad. Alright, let's get into it because this is a heavy read. I don't know how long this takes. I don't care. I have work tomorrow. It's 11:59 right now. It doesn't matter. I feel comfortable saying it on YouTube. Instagram, I don't know. I've been drawn to Instagram lately, and I've never been really, unless I had a reason to be. If I had to be in the public eye, it's like, all right, let me just get these, and it's not hard to do, but very easy to rely on. I'll tell you that. I like making new Instagrams, posting things, and having no response. I know what it's like to have an overwhelming amount in my eye, especially with messages. But it feels good. It feels like respect. It feels like power. It feels like recognition. It feels like I am important. I am admired. I am liked. I am loved. I am whole. I mean, this is all I need to be happy. Until it's not. Until the mind starts changing. Until the planets start moving. Until the predicted future of humanity and where we are going. It's written in so many texts. 2012 really was the end of the old world. We are in the Great Awakening. It's like, people, the Dark Ages, Industrial Revolution, the Renaissance. This is the Great Awakening to who we are. to reclaiming our power, to finding out the truth. Aquarius is about truth. We entered the age of Aquarius in December 2020. 2,000 years. Jesus Christ entered this earth at the beginning of the age of Pisces. One age of a sign lasts about 2,000 years. Notice how it's before Christ, after death, and that's how we describe time. It is September 20th by now. Wow, 12:02. September 20th, 2022. Okay, so we're in the year of 20. Probably because it'd be annoying to count years by the billions, right? Just like a calendar, just like a month breaks down to a week, breaks down to a day, breaks down to hours, breaks down to minutes, that breaks down to seconds, that breaks down to nanoseconds, and then you go quantum. As is time. Like it would be a lot to write every time you wrote the date, up to the billionth degree the year. So we separate even large amounts of time into smaller pieces. You follow me? We have completed one large cycle, and we all chose to come to Earth during this time. During this time, to do something about it. Not in a revolutionary way, although, I have a tattoo, be very ready, versus because VG, I while living, I while mortal, through the power of truth have conquered the universe. Give me liberty or give me death. Just clearing out energy. It's nothing bad, Holy Spirit energy. Unless you don't like the Holy Spirit energy, then cover yourself with your own energy. 7:01 on the clock when I saw that. Before all I want to do is just praise. Before I even get into this reading, it's crazy. That's why the title, at least on YouTube, I mean every word. This is not clickbait. I'm an Aquarius, son. Come on. Are you over? Nah, never. There'll be cooperation to perfect, to purify, and resurrect your ideas on a spiritual level. That is the outcome. But there's something very significant about connection and relationships, partnerships, networking, following your emotional pull, although it defies reason and logic, although it may make you look weak, vulnerable, although you may sacrifice something important. What if you support your family with the job that you have and you are completely miserable? Now what? You chose a partner, and for no fault of either of you, the love never goes away. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So, you don't stop loving the person. That's silly. You know so much about them. You spend so much time with them. Let's say this is in regards to a business or an idea or a goal. You spend so much time invested in thinking about it, falling asleep thinking about it, dreaming about it, playing the what if game in a positive way with it. What if it worked out? What if this was the best idea I ever had? When my day comes, when I know that it's my time to go, will I have regretted trying it or failing? I guess it's up to us. It's up to you, up to you. Risk assessment. On a mental level, interesting because Scorpio's here too. Success from decisions about, the success from the secrets of the decision about short-term thinking. Now, by short-term thinking, the trips Do you not trust your emotions? On an action physical level, you'll benefit, resulting from the fairness shown by somebody in a place of power and who is around you. Now, this could be an organization that shows you the beauty and authenticity and integrity with what they say and what they do. When money comes and that power comes, when the ability to get it is easy, do you stand in integrity? Is money what rules you? Is status what rules you? Are we ready to let that go, to move into the next phase of love, of seeing each other as equals? 11:01 on the clock. Relax and enjoy yourself. I keep this in front of me for every reading. I have so many index cards, and when I feel the vibe of this one, I'm like, I kind of want like a green. And then I'll put it somewhere, and then I'll find it whenever I find it. And when I find it, it reminds me always that life is not to be taken so seriously. It's okay to play with it a little. The energy supporting your decisions right now is amazing and beautiful. How this energy that's currently present, it's time to reflect. Think of all the reads, reevaluate, reflect, review, reconsider, remember. Redact. Don't make any huge decisions. Don't launch any huge projects. Don't be doing no grand openings, okay? There are people who are, of course, above this influence because of their unique composition. But in general, I'd stay away from that. If you're gonna sign something, if you have to sign anything, a deed, a contract, and anything, I mean, really read it. Really, and if you don't want to, be honest with yourself. The money you invest in paying someone who can and wants to read it for you, that's a wise investment, I'd say. With the Earth dollar, a wise, energetic investment that will lead to much manifested. I don't know. Gotta ask yourself why we value money so much. What does money represent? You get to represent silver and gold, which means silver and gold is important. Why? Egyptians used to make monatomic gold, and scientists realized how when hit with light, it would disappear. I remember watching. I watched a bunch of scientists that done with this. The looks on some of their faces, it's like they were in that moment again. Okay, and my dad was like, "We should make it," and I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah." We put it in the fridge, right? We thought, I don't know, to keep it cold. The next day, it was a huge mason jar. It shrunk down to this much overnight. Where did it go? And all the scientists that study it say it goes to some other place that is not here because it disappears. But then it reappears. That's the mystery. Um, if you want to speak something, I feel like you must in order to free yourself. It'll only benefit you. The truth shall set you free. Anyway, so let's turn these around and get the advice from this, and then we'll flip other cards. You two over here. Have faith. Let's reverse engineer the action part though. So Now is the time to do it. Your goal, your mission, your whatever you want to do with your partner or partners. Control the situation and get your ideas going. So the time is now, number one. It has to do with some sort of type of partnership. But it's time to control your own currents. That's how you balance up with yourself. Making the right connection. No, and you have to know what the right connections are. Have faith in relationships. Do not worry about the beauty of the highest and lowest aspects of the idea in question, however that resonates with you. But hold on. That's on a mental level. So worry not about the high and low aspects of what this is referring to. Worry not about the beauty of the idea in question. Have faith in relationships and the extraordinary power of prayer by making the right connection. God damn. It feels as though you're very powerful. You're in a powerful position. Connections seem to evade me lately, when once they came to me like nothing, and I loved it. It's not that I wouldn't know it was. I got very humbled by God. He taught me a lesson in my ego, power, vulnerability, and the way that you'll never regret, really, when you act from intuition, from discernment, from power, from love, from pure love, not lustful love, from I want to lift you up because I see you're a lifter upper. And I too am a lifter upper, so why would I not be the quicker picker upper? I compliment people a lot, but I don't like the word compliment because it kind of implies there's an agenda. It's like, nah, I just do it because it feels good. Also, it is my purpose, and I see it's your purpose too, whether you realize it or not, in you when I do this. And so I what people call love bomb, yeah, it's a fireworks show, but people hear it as inauthentic because it is so rare to be so potent and constant. And it's like, oh my God, stalker. Nope. I don't mind the ridicule before, the judgment beforehand, because I'm acting from a place where I trust in a higher power. And so I don't care about the consequences because I sow seeds of light. My harvest, I'm not worried about. You reap what you sow, that term scares some people. I'm like, I cannot wait to reap what I've sown. I'm really excited. And it's a good feeling. That's why I'm on camera. That's why I do this right after work. It's like, let's talk. Because if I'm here means you could get here. And if I just so happen to be an Aquarius sun with Mercury, communication in Aquarius, with my moon in Gemini, the communicator, I'll find a way to get the message out as in many different ways as possible so everyone's ignited. Take what I say if you're inspired and then ignite it or amplify it. If you go on my link tree, you can sign up for a group meditation with a very powerful healer, creator, and manifester in this world who I intuitively trust with humanity in the hands of humanity. Amplify.co. Check it out. always show support to fellow light workers because you can only shine as bright as dark as you've gone, as you've felt. So the brighter you shine, because you went there, man. You touched rock bottom. You helped others that were there instead of maybe even healing yourself first. There will be cooperation. What is the secret about? And it's about a who. And then relationships, Libra's partnerships, Scorpio's deep transformation, it's death, rebirth, rising like a phoenix, releasing the old, shedding the old skin to incorporate new. And then to be in the third house, 3 is the first sign of stability, true stability. Well, 4 is true stability, but 3, you can build a foundation that's way stronger than 2. Center of gravity is different, just and a pyramid is the strongest structure. But the base is quadrilateral. This is gonna sound intense. All but I mean every word. Someone is you are stepping into your destiny. It's as if life is cyclical. It's a time in life where you shine, you rise. The deeper you went, the darker you felt. 2 and a 5 that I saw. In the Bible, I need to really look it up because I keep referring to this verse, but I cannot remember it for the life of me. God's basically like, listen, you think what you went through was bad? It compares not, my guy, to the sun, the blessings, the grace, the mercy, the overwhelming joy, the tears that flow of gratitude, where you look back and you're like, worth it. I would have done it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 times had I known. I would have been thankful throughout the whole process if I knew that this is how life was going to be for me. Like, wow. I hope it must resonate with me too, right? This reading? I hope so. But I feel like the time is now for you. Maybe it's for me too, I don't know. I'm just really excited for you. Because I can always feel too when there's an energy that there's a slight disconnect from myself, or it's like the same energy, but from a different perspective. That's what Bashar meant. Oh God, the downloads are so quick and intense. We're gonna take a nice quick break by rolling the die. We're gonna see what letters come out. This gives me a channeling break so I can process. We have T. S. D. R. Maybe Dominican Republic. Maybe the name, initials. I don't know. Let's roll a sign. We got Leo, Sagittarius, Libra, and Capricorn. And for the sign, yeah, sign and a number. 5 and 69. That's 15-6. So Cancer, Scorpio, Virgo. 5. Yeah, healing. There's this card in that White Lion deck called the Sacred Scar, and I'm seeing it in my head right now. It's one of those scars that happen to your soul. It's that karmic energy. It's like, oh, I must be doing some healing from a past life or something, because what? I must know you from somewhere that's not from here, because instant familiarity. What? How come life is showing me signs through coincidences that are happening quite often? I don't know where you are in your spiritual journey. I don't know who I'm talking to because I'm going live, but over here I'm on YouTube. Over here I'm on Instagram. YouTube has a much more there's a community there for it. This is just my page on Instagram, so the community, you are my community. And I'm taking this energy and posting it here, which is profound because again, most of you on here, I've known you since I was either a baby or a teen or in my 20s early. And we've had some great times or we've had some bad times. Either way, what's up? What's up? I wish I could join the two. Well, I am actually, energetically. Triangulation. I like that for you. To clarity, to peace, to love, to releasing judgment, to letting go of the baggage, to seeing light within us, to clearing our energy, to remember to remember. I think Kim told me that. She said it and I was like, yo, that was profound. She feels like the soulmate because we connect. She's a Leo. And it's funny because Aquarius and Leo are on opposite sides of the zodiac wheel. You're building a foundation. I want to flip cards if it's important. Well, it's also important to trust the timing because remember, the nodes are the nodes of destiny. They just switched up. I wonder how long it stays in one side. I can't do it right now. Okay. I know. I know. I know. Just that is what it is. Nodes are like poles, like on a magnet, you have positive, negative. That's a node. I wonder how the energy attached to you is feeling. Oh, my sacral chakra just went off. In a good way. There's a lot. It's like, here, take that, the energy I feel from the energy connected to you. Here. I feel like there's going to be a person or energy that comes from like that you don't expect, that is not within your control, but is a part of your manifestation. By manifestation, I mean what you want to happen. If you don't know what you want to happen, then just make sure you're smiling and having a good time. The South Node, son. We have the North Node and the fucking South Node. This is how many cards are in the deck. This is that like twin flame energy. This is that other half of your soul. There's in Greek mythology, Zeus got mad at this god and he punished him and he loves humans a lot. Does that sound familiar? Almost like the devil being mad at God for loving humans. Well, Zeus was mad at someone who loved humans a lot. And he said, I'm going to cut these mother effers in half and they'll spend eternity looking for their other half. Because humans originally, in this mythology, had 4 arms, 4 legs, like Goro. But he got kind of like quarter cut. This is the sun and the moon. This is a relationship between the sun and the moon. Oh, Jason Mraz, listen to Shine. It's like he says the sun never gets mad when the moon shines. The moon never becomes angry at the sun. They just work together, even though they operate on different. They're one and the same, just complementary, complemental, complementarily unique. Oh, Lord. Okay, all right. The energy. There's a beautiful lady. So giving. This energy is like again. Every time I go to shuffle the cards, 3113. And just turned to 28. Oh my god, thank you for the confirmation. It's just like here. Aries. And now for the house, the part of life. Give me the most active card. Right there. Okay. We got the 11th house of Aquarius. Ruled by Aquarius. And it's funny because we saw Mars and that rules Aries. The South Node is the past life karma. That karma you kind of have to clear up in this life. All that pain you feel, that's that karma. It's that Newton's law of equal and opposite reactions. It's cause and effect. Did I ground that enough? Sometimes I don't know. I feel like Sheldon sometimes from Big Bang Theory, where I'm just like, was that far fetched? Did that sound far fetched? Okay. You're becoming more of yourself, which is in turn altering your surroundings through a paradigm shift that is happening via the connection that you have to this goal, this energy, this person, this thing that is your destiny. Whether I'm not even going to get into the examples, you need to step into this. Remember your willpower for humanity's sake. I love this person. Yes, it's a yes. It's a yes for me. Yes, it's your person. Because this is on the spiritual level now. Remember your willpower for him. And you know what? It takes a lot of willpower. It takes letting go of the fear of rejection, the fear of being judged, the fear of failure, the fear of looking weak, the fear of looking vulnerable. Just trusting in that Aries energy, which is Aries acts. Aries energy acts. People seem as obnoxious or just like forthright. It's like no, because they're acting on intuition. They are cardinal. They begin. They are the first sign in the zodiac wheel. It is one, the beginning. They start it because they just, it's like, ding, go. I'll deal with the problems along the way. I'm going because I'm going. And that's it. That's the answer to any question you have for me beyond this point. Willpower, solar plexus energy. You could have Aries in your chart, Aquarius in your chart, Scorpio could be in a strong placement. You have Libra. Check out your North and South Node, Astro Cafe, Astro Seek, Astro Future is an app. The Pattern is an app. CoStar is an app. Um, on a mental level, reconsider what you think you know about your hopes and wishes. Oof. And you know, the result from the power of who's around you, it's in regards to short-term thinking and short trips. reconsider. Remember, we're in retrograde, okay? Reconsider, rethink, review, reassess. Remember your willpower for your purpose, your ideas. Have faith. The path isn't clear, it's not supposed to be yet. You're here for a purpose just like me. I'm very passionate about this for you. Reconsider what you think you know. And that's hard for 11th house to be here because that's Aquarius energy, fixed air. What you think you know. Aquarius motto, I know. It requires an open mind. It requires vulnerability. It requires that laying on your sword energy, being vulnerable in order to pursue your ideas, which is tied up to your dreams, which is tied up to the energy surrounding you in regards to a goal, wish, dream, purpose, pursuit. Your current pursuit of happiness, which you currently know exactly who or what the fudge I'm talking about. Now, on a physical 3D level, now is not the time to do it your own way and do it for the future. If you do it your own way right now, see, don't Mercury retrograde energy. Don't act, just think. Even if you want to, just take a step back and think. Handle everything above the storm like an eagle. Just see everything from above. Don't react. Don't integrate that energy. You can only mesh with your heart's electromagnetic field. Even if you're face to face with the person, you're powerful. You can't touch me. That's why I always play go get up. Neither Ouija says, I think positively. Negativity can't enter me, not physically, not mentally, not spiritually. They'll never get rid of me. It just doesn't. I'm powerful in myself. I know myself. I know the light in myself. I know I'm protected. Connection to a higher power is the cherry on top of every for living. If you're losing your purpose, that's where you find it. Look within or look without. Either way, it's there. I love that the 11th house is coming out. Okay, so reconsider what you think you know about your hopes and wishes. This is the person's mentality. So they're reconsidering what they think they know. They're undergoing some sort of release. You guys mirror each other. Now is not the time to do it your own way and do it for the future. I'm going to flip one more card for this. Gemini. Wow. Aries, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Scorpio. What is the third house? What was I looking up? I just got lost in thought. Oh, the third house, the third house. Are we going from, we are descending in heaven. That's interesting. No, that's, third and fifth houses. Interesting. They're connected. Both the third and fifth house of a horoscope relate to the ways in which we reach out and are connected with the world outside home base. The fourth house. Wait, let me show you the picture too. Third house, fifth house, that's the fourth house. Third house, fifth house, that's the fourth house. Fourth house, home, mother, home. The third house is what's around the home, right? And then the fifth house, wait, the third, for this reason, the third house represents your neighborhood, the area in which your home lives and becomes connected with the outside world. How you integrate your energy with the energies surrounding you in this life, which is everything, like every object, every person. The special kind of support, the special kind of support given by the nurturing, all forgiving parent, symbolized in the fourth house, will not often be found anywhere else in the outside world. The special kind of support, so unconditional love, will not often be found anywhere in the outside world. It is a third for experiences with our brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and other relatives that prepare us for experience with society. Wow. So now the fifth. In some case, neighbors are associated with the third, but only if they interact with you on a fairly regular basis, an unusual occurrence nowadays. I have to say, I rarely interact with my neighbors, but I love their vibe. I don't know how to explain it. From what I feel and understand, I've caused some chaos on my block, dude. Like, but I was going through, man. But I recently connected with a neighbor, and I always had great thoughts about it. But I would feel like the energy pull away sometimes, and I understood because I wasn't always making the best choices. It took a while for me to come into myself. Divine timing. But it just felt good. So I suppose my fifth house is my third house then is being activated. The surroundings are changing. And this person's surroundings are changing. It's going back and forth between the person around you and then me, and then you can relate to this as well. The routine interactions associated with the third house include both the short-term thinking and trips. Oh, because we're reading about the third house. Required to visit relatives, neighbors, and local businesses, as well as the communication of information and techniques that are the result of these trips. 4414. The routine interactions associated with the third house. Short trips and communication of information and techniques, systems, algorithms, methods that are the result of these trips. So a trip of the mind, a mind trip. You're on my stream of consciousness, right? Are you enjoying the ride? And so conversation as well as reading, writing, and all methods and devices that facilitate communication come under the heading of third house matters. They reinforce the concept of making connections with the world around you. In fact, it makes perfect sense that the house of connections is also the house of relatives. Sometimes it's true that whom you know and not what you know that counts. The connection with reading, writing, and the communication of information and techniques brings the subject of basic education in the realm of the third house. Both aspects of basic education, the teaching and learning of it, are included. Are you resonating with this? Can somebody give me some freaking feedback? Because I feel like whatever's happening in my third house, I have to look at Aquarius' third house. What's in the who rules the third house? That's what I was looking for. Oh, but what a beautiful scenic journey that was, huh? I don't even care. We'll get there when we get there. And so conversation as well as they reinforce the concept of making connections with the world around you. In fact, it makes perfect sense that the house of connection, those are the house of relatives, sometimes it's true. Okay. The connection with reading, writing, communication of information and techniques brings the subject of basic education into the realm. Both aspects of basic education, the teaching and learning of it, are included. The sign and planets in the third house of a horoscope symbolize how we feel about communicating with the world around us. What's that? Okay. Well, not like in the third house. You know what? Cosar lays it out pretty nicely. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't ever have to apologize for your desires. That's the co-stars thing, my chart. So what's in my third house? I have nothing in my third house. I have a stellium in Capricorn and Aquarius. I have 2 stelliums, which means 3 planets in one sign. And not only that, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4 in Capricorn and 3 in Aquarius. Yeah, damn. The third house is ruled by the planet Mercury, and the sign is Gemini. There we go. And Gemini, Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Mercury is in the house of communication, so duh, makes sense. Third house is ruled by the planet Mercury and the sign Gemini. Gemini is also present in this reading, right diagonally from it. Gemini could definitely be in your chart. You should look at your chart, dude. I'm telling you. This is such. I might leave this reading out and come back to it tomorrow just to get more information from it. What are the chances of the North Node and the South Node coming out like this? Seeing Mars flip out in the deck, but Aries come out. The Aries is ruled by Mars. Libra and Scorpio. Okay. Then third house ruled by Mercury and Gemini. Right there. We have all 3 air signs present. That's that. And then the 11th house is community. Third house is communication. So that's why it's all about freaking humanity. Okay, hold on. So now is not the time to do it your way and use the quickest way to do it for the future. Do it a little at a time, do it slowly. It's not about the quickest way. Gemini is about how can we quick. And then Aries here, that's I want it yesterday energy. And then with Aquarius, that's the quick air moving quick. But the South Node is to reconsider, remember, reflect, take it down a notch. But the North Node is also present. Have faith, don't worry. Now is the time. Interesting contradictory energies. It's almost like Gemini, the twins. Can you alchemize 2 extremes of yourself to integrate the foundation of the building blocks that are your future? I have no idea why I just put that out. The fifth house derives its meaning from the fourth house, which is the home, while the third house concerns connecting your home base, support structure, as symbolized by the fourth house with the existing world around you. The fifth house is concerned with the creativity that enables you to have an impact on the world around you. Mm. The knowledge of existing facts and techniques learned from the third house sources, so the relationships with how you relate to your relatives, friends, neighbors as you grow up, third house, is combined with the security of the fourth house, home base, to enable you to take a chance and bring your own ideas of what should exist into the world into being, based on what you've seen, based on what you've learned, nature, nurture. Um, this exercise of your imagination can result in artistic creations, and it therefore becomes obvious that the same concept can be applied associating children with the fifth house. Instinct, Aries energy, purity, acting on just what you want, what you love, innocence. Both artistic creations and the giving of life to your children are actions that bring into being what has not existed before. The doing so of them is your satisfaction. I'm gonna read that again. Both artistic creations and the giving of life to your children. I think children can also represent whatever, like artistic creations, whatever the creation is, and also your physical children if you have them, of course. Actions that bring into being what has not existed before. You gotta be odd to be number one. You ever heard that? The doing of them is for your satisfaction. After that, when they have been prepared for a life of their own, it's better if you let them live it their own way. One important way that a child prepares for life, or her or his own, is through play. By pretending to go through the motions of events they will one day take part in, children can explore situations without too many adverse consequences and can learn by doing. Aries energy, I'll deal with the problems as they come. I want to do it. The role playing leads to the association of the fifth house with entertainment in all forms. Entertain, to be in a high frequency, to act out, to act as if, and thus draw it to you, right? As you can see, the fifth house is the house of fun. There we go. Sports, games, and even romantic love. Forms of play that are performed for their own sake and yet prepare us for other areas of life. While the 11th house is the house of friends, why is the 11th house being brought in? Because it's out here. It's out here. Oh, I forgot to unpause. It happened twice now already. Um, while the 11th house is the house of friends, the fifth house is the house of the modern concept of friends with benefits. Interesting. Fifth house is ruled by who? Leo. Opposite Aquarius. That makes sense. The above all contain an element of risk that seems to be something we all enjoy. Risk, forbiddenness. My guess is that the idea of something going away and being no longer accessible is unique to the experience of life here in the telescopic gun sight of the cross of matter and the physical plane. Oh, that was so well written. The above all contain an the above all contain an element of risk that seems to be something we all enjoy. My guess is that the idea of something going away, no longer being accessible, is unique to the experience of life here in the telescopic gun sight of the cross between matter and the physical plane. Jeez. Because nothing is ever not accessible. Only through the telescopic sight, through the scope, through the illusion, through the tunnel vision of it. based upon what we focus upon. Everything's always accessible. Abundance is never lacking. It's just the limitation that we create. Oh my God, when I read that, I had a mind explosion. What? Oh, whoever's energy I'm connecting with, and the fact that I'm off Instagram. You have to find me to find this reading. Runes. Above all, contain an element. Okay. Okay. The concept of taking a chance brings gambling and investing, more socially respectable form of gambling under the heading of the fifth house matters. And the 11th is connected to the 9th. This is too much for my brain right now. My brain needs a rest. I want to read more. This is staying out. You know what I just fucking noticed, dude? Libra and Aries, they are the North Node and South Node. Libra is across from Aries, just like the nodes of destiny. It was just Gemini and Sagittarius, just turned to Taurus and Scorpio. Libra and Aries is a node of destiny. This reading will provide plenty. I don't even know if I'll look at cards. I don't know for how long. This is the never-ending gobstopper of information and synchronicity and divine serendipity. Serendipitous moments that can, like, they come in as poetry with their experience. It can't be explained in words, but yeah, I try. I need to get off the internet. I see Venus. I see 8, 12, 7, 4. Aquarius, Cancer, Gemini. Real. That's a Venus and Mars. Get out of here with that energy. Oh, I have to go to bed. Beautiful. Thank you for being alive. Thank you for being here. I resonate with this energy. That's why I can't stop reading, because it's like, oh my God, I can feel you. This isn't my energy. It doesn't feel like a reading that I'm doing for myself, by myself. Why else would I be recording? Otherwise, I would just do it alone. And not only that, but the feeling is different. It is different. And there's something with this crystal. If you know what this crystal is, please, YouTube, please help me with this crystal. Much love to you. I'll be back with part 1 of The Party Don't Start or Stop until it's like its own thing. Are we good? Alpha on the Shelf, Christmas, kids, that's really important. I don't know what. Working with kids, yeah. Healing inner child wounds, all that goodness. I'm tired. Goodbye. I don't know how to say bye. It's like, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification. I can't. I love when people do that because I think it's adorable and sweet and cute, and you should promote yourself. I'm just saying it's on me. And I usually do the Irish goodbye. I just kind of just pop out. Have a good night. You're blessed, you're safe, you're loved, you're at peace, and I promise that everything is going to be, you'll see. I'm going to keep following this story, trust me. It gives me insight into mine as well. And I love that another energy exists out there like this. There's been a lot of letdowns, I get it. It contradicts it, but that's why the outside's going to begin to change because the inside has changed. It just prompted me to end 100222.